Hello there, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Turtle Jeff, and this is my video review of the Transformers Studio Series 86 Autobot Hot Rod. So this is my first review on YouTube. I'm looking to actually post quite a few videos on my channel of just anything and everything that I've got in my collection. I'm just an avid collector, wanting to share my collection with you guys, get your opinions, see what you think, hopefully share with you a few things you may not have seen before. I've got a couple of rare pieces and, things that came out quite a while ago, many years ago in some cases, and just get your opinions on it really. So let's jump straight into the review. So here's Hot Rod. If you've not seen one of these before, I mean, it's pretty bog standard packaging really for a Transformers figure these days. Obviously you got Transformers logo on the side, Transformers movie logo there, Studio Series line, 86. This is figure number 4 in the wave. Autobot Hot Rod there. You get a nice graphic of Hot Rod from the 86 movie where he's opening up the Matrix. Turn to the side, we've got, you get a nice little graphic there of Hot Rod again. You get an 86, it's sort of like embossed into the box. It looks quite cool. You got the Transformers logo there. Back of the packaging, you get another little promo shot basically of the figure and in his robot mode and in his alt mode. That is the backdrop that you get, which is included. As you can see, it's there, look. It's just like a little cardboard cutout that you get inside the box. It's pretty bog standard, I don't know anyone that actually displays them on those bases because they take up so much room, especially if you're putting them on a shelf and stuff. So yeah, but it's a nice little thing to get with it. Obviously it transforms in 29 steps, and there's just a little brief description there. The bottom of the box is just all the sort of legal stuff, barcode. This side we get a nice little graphic of Hot Rod again. It's just a blown up image of that really. It's just more zoomed in, and this is a Voyager class figure. And then the top of the box, yeah, nothing really too special going on there. So onto the figure, which is the main event, what you're all here to see. So here's Hot Rod in all his glory. I mean, first and foremost, the paint job that they did on this guy is really cool. He's definitely one of the most standout characters from the film. I mean, I love the bright coloration on him. He's got some nice metallic silver detailing, nicely painted blue eyes there. Yeah, he's just a really cool looking character. I know he didn't really land too well when the film came out because of the character that he basically is set up to replace. Obviously, if you've not seen it, I won't spoil it for you, but definitely go take a look and you'll probably understand what I'm referring to. Let's just do a quick spin around to the back. Obviously, there's not a lot going on around the back, not a lot of detailing, a little bit of hollowness there. But yeah, I mean, there's not really too many hollow gaps on the figure, so it's understandable that there's going to be some areas where it doesn't look as camera friendly. Yeah, looking pretty good though. Right, so let's jump straight into his accessories. So here you can see he's pictured with his little blaster pistols that he uses in the film. These are painted nicely in metallic silver. He also comes with his little wrist blasters. These obviously can be stored. I'll just remove those for a sec and show you how to do that. So in robot mode, these just store on the back here. It doesn't really matter which way you put them around, up or down, it doesn't really matter. But that's your weapon storage. Pretty standard really. And the ports that they go in there, it also doubles up as the weapon storage for when he's in his alt mode as well, although there is somewhere else you can put them in the alt mode, which I'll show you later on. The only gripe I've got with the weapon storage is, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, I don't know if it's going to pick it up. It's not going to pick it up, is it? Hang on, let's just try, come on. Yeah, I don't think it's going to pick it up. No, it's not having it, is it? Oh, there we go. You can sort of make out there, you know, some of the paint has worn away from where it pegs into that slot, just there. And these blasters are obviously just cast out of red plastic, and then they're painted with the metallic silver. So that is something to be wary of. I think the other one has started doing it as well. So I tend to try and not keep putting them in and out of there, because it does wear them away. It does wear the paint off. I'll just show you some of the other sort of accessories that he has. So if you lift this section up, he has his little visor, his little targeting visor that he uses in the film. Looks pretty cool actually, yeah. It's made out of a transparent blue plastic, so it's quite flimsy, so I would advise being careful with it. You know, it just folds away there into the top of his head. But it's definitely, you know, it's an option if you want to have him displayed like that. And then some of the other accessories are in the box still. I'm not going to get them out, but I will show you sort of how they work. So if you lift up the arms like this, and you can sort of rotate the hands around. And on this side, we've got just a 5mm post. So if you've got any sort of accessory that will clip onto there, you can use your own, but they do give you one in the box that I'll show you in just a sec. And then on this side, we've got something a little bit different. He's got a little, it's basically like his little fusion cutter arm that he uses to repair cup in the film. So that's quite cool. I do like that detail. I'm just gonna transform these back. There we go. And I'm just gonna set the figure down. We'll put them off over there for now, because I'm just going to grab the box and show you the other accessories. So in the box, like I say, I'm not going to get them out because it's just going to make the review slightly longer, which I don't really want to do. But as you can see, he comes with the Matrix of Leadership. He comes with 2 little blast effects, which can be used either for his blaster pistols or his wrist blasters. And they can also be used as like exhaust jets for when he's in his alt mode. This little blast effect piece, that's intended to clip onto the Matrix to sort of create that scene of him opening up the Matrix. And then this little doodad here is like a little pizza wheel cutter. And it does have, I don't know if you can see it there, but it does have the port on. So you can obviously plug that 5mm post into there, and you can use it as a cutter. And then obviously that was where the blasters were. So that's all the accessories. There's quite a few there. Definitely, you know, quite decent range of accessories there. You know, you can do plenty of different things with it, and you can sort of recreate those key moments from the film. So, right, articulation. We've got ball jointed head. It will go all the way around. We've got hinged shoulders with, I mean, they've got a slight movement side to side, but barely. The shoulders will go all the way around, but you do have to detach the backpack, so as demonstrated there. We've got a bend just past 90 at the elbow, which is nice. And it also swivels all the way around. We've got swivel wrists, which will also go all the way around. And we also get nicely included is some finger articulation, which helps him to hold on to that matrix. That's the arms. Waist is on a swivel. It will go all the way around. Thighs, you can split them like that fully. They can also go forward that far, so you can get a pretty high kick out of him. which is nice. They go back only that far. That's due to this, all this kibble that's in here basically. It only lets you go back that far. So yeah, not the greatest, unfortunately. There is a thigh swivel as well, but it's quite tight on my unit. Knees are on double joints, double hinges. That's mainly due to the way that the legs transform, but obviously, you know, it can be utilised fairly well for the action figure articulation. And then the ankles, they rock forward, rock back, and then they also go side to side, which is nice. Get a bit of ankle tilt there, lovely, always welcome. Right, we're going to roll straight through to the transformation. So, first step is basically just to remove the backpack piece, and you can basically go ahead and swivel this bit around just to get it out of the way. Next step, I'm going to do the arms next, because these are a little bit finicky. So you want to come here, you want to lift that section up, spin these around. Then what you want to do is separate this section here, rotate this around, fold that back up, and then you basically fold that piece over. I think the way that the instructions tell you to do it, they basically cut out the part of moving the hands around. But what I've found is when you bring this piece down over the top of the hands, it doesn't really sit flush on this piece. I mean, as you can see there, it's pretty sort of straight across. When the hands are out, it sort of sits like that. So I find it's just a lot visually more appealing to do it that way. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. So you just lift that piece out, spin the wrist blast around, separate this piece here, spin the hand around, tab that back in, fold that down. Job done for now. Right, now we're going to, sorry guys, I'll just adjust the camera for a sec. Now we're going to separate the chest and the backpack, like so. And then you basically want to grab this section here and just fold that out. Obviously, just be mindful of the windscreen, because it's just all one piece of transparent plastic with, obviously it's got pegs going in it, or pins, sorry, going in it. And yeah, it's very flimsy, this plastic. It's very prone to breaking. So just be careful. Right, head. Basically, you just want to rotate it so the front is facing the back, and then you just fold the neck section down like that. So his head's tucked in there. Now what we want to do is we want to come to this section here, and you sort of need to adjust the shoulders out the way a little bit so you get a little bit of room. And then this section here just lifts up like that. And then basically this swivel joint here is going to be used to rotate that around like so. Then you're going to spin it round again, and you want to unfold these two pieces here, which make up the front wing. Then you can sort out the arms. So the arms are basically going to come down and peg in. As you can see, there's a little peg there, and that's going to go in that little tiny slot there. So that's the arms sorted. Do the same thing on the other side. Job done. Then you want to bring this whole section together like that against the back, against the front chest plate, and the chest plate is basically going to be the underside of the vehicle. So that's pretty straightforward. Then you can bring the bonnet section up and tab it in like so. Let's just rotate these around again, make sure they're all looking good. We're going to leave this bit up for now because it's easier so that we can access the waist. So with the waist, you need to rotate it around like that so the front is facing the back. Then we're going to come onto the legs. Basically, these are just sort of soft tabbed in place. So you just want to untab them. And then this whole section just rotates out like so. Sorry, I know the camera's not the greatest. And yeah, you basically want to just bring that section out so it clicks like that. That's in place. And then the heel of the foot will fold in like that, so it's just his toes sticking out basically. Then what you want to do is, this section's a little bit finicky. You want to utilize that double joint on the knee. You want to fold that round, bring the foot so that it's on the bottom, and then you have to sort of bring this piece over like that until it clicks in place like that. And basically you should end up with something that looks a bit like that. I know it's not quite lined up yet, but we'll do that in a sec. So let's do the same thing on this side. So you want to bring this red section out. You want to fold this piece around again till it clicks, like so. Then you want to fold the foot up, utilize the double joint and the knee, bend that around. That section has come out of the way, so we'll just sort that out. There we go, click that together. And then basically, this is probably the weakest section of the figure, unfortunately. As you can see on my copy, the tab that goes in the middle there on both sides, I'm just going to try and zoom it in a little bit so you can see it. The tab has basically snapped. Essentially, you connect those pieces like that, and the tab in the middle is the bit that holds it all together. But basically, when you transform it a handful of times, it just doesn't stand up to the the force of it being tabbed and untabbed. Zoom back out. Right, so yeah, that's probably the weakest point. I mean, it's not an issue really when it's all tabbed together and closed in. It does sort of look all right anyway, so I won't worry too much, but just to warn you that is probably the weakest point of the figure. Right, and then all we've got left to do is basically you want to bring this backpack section down, and essentially under here, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. I'll try and zoom in again. There's basically a tab on this side, there, if you can see it, and then the same on the other side. And that basically has to go underneath the legs. So it basically just requires a bit of wiggling to get it in. So if you just sort of pull the legs apart a little bit, and then you can get that section in, get it all nice and squozen, squeeze that together like that. And then basically that's it. Just make sure those sections are folded in. And that is it. That is the alt mode. Let's get you a nice little view of that. Yeah, looks pretty good. Nice detailing. Obviously you get more of the flame paint scheme. You got that nice big yellow wing on the back. The back section does look a little bit kibbly. I mean, it's basically just the back of his legs. His knees are sticking out, but I mean, there's not a lot they could have done there really. But yeah, it looks really good for the most part. Like I say, those blast effect pieces that are in the box still, I'll just pop them out actually, just to show you what it looks like with those pieces on. So they can tab onto these little exhausts here, like that. And then that basically gives you like a nice little turbo boost effect. Really cool. And then lastly, I'll just show you what it looks like with the blasters stored on it. So these are the ports that you basically use in robot mode for the weapon storage. So you can put them up there if you want to. It gives it more of a sort of centralized look, in my opinion. It makes it look like it's just a turret that's popped up from the roof. So that's quite a cool little look there. Or you also get a little section at the front on this sort of engine block where you can tab them in there. But again, because this piece and the blasters are using that metallic paint, you know, I'm a little bit wary of having it on here, because the more that you put it in and out of there, it's just going to wear the paint off again. So you're going to have the same issue. So there we go, that's what it looks like with the blasters on the front. I mean, that is pretty much it, guys. I think we're going to round the video out here. I'm not going to do a reverse transformation because it's pretty straightforward. I mean, you know, you can sort of work it out for yourself, really. You basically just reversing the steps that you've done already. Just make sure that, yeah, you want to do this bit first, get that bit done and out of the way first. And again, don't worry too much about these little tabs in the middle. You know, if they break off, you know, it's just one of those things. Unfortunately, it's not the first figure that I've got that it's happened to. Sadly, it's just the way it's designed, it's engineered. I mean, you can't even really like push it in to get it loose. Like once that tab is in there, it's pretty secured in place, and because it's got so much force on it, as soon as you try and do anything, it is sadly just going to snap it. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll just give you a quick underview. So obviously that's the robot mode chest. The head is nicely hidden in there. You can't see it at all, so that's really cool. And again, you know, if you were to have these as the hands, it would obviously look a little bit more kind of obvious, I guess. Although they are pretty hidden away, but again, you know, my personal preference is to rotate them around and have them like that. It just cleans it up a little bit nicer. So there we go, that's that. Grab the box back. There we go. Let me know in the next review if you want to see some comparisons to other figures. I've just noticed that's one thing that I've not done in this video. So let me know in the next one if you want to see some robot mode comparisons to other figures. I've got a few other Studio Series 86 figs. We've got Ironhide here. So let me know if you want to see some robot mode comparisons, and I'll sort that out for the next video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I know, you know, this figure's obviously not brand new or anything, and it's not the first ever review to be done on this guy, but you know, I'm just basically just wanted to set this channel up to review my own collection essentially, and like I said, you know, show you some of the things that I've got in my collection that you might have not seen before, as well as doing bits like this, you know. But yeah, this guy's a nice little piece to have. I did actually pick this guy up on eBay. I didn't buy him brand new. I picked it up on eBay. Well, yeah, you can't even get these early figures. You can't even get them anymore from retailers, so you've kind of got to buy them on the aftermarket, unfortunately, which, you know, sometimes it means paying a slightly higher price, but I think it's worth it. I paid £40 for this guy, so, you know, it's slightly more than what you'd pay for a Voyager these days, but I'd say it's worth it. It comes with loads of accessories. The figure was in brand new condition, basically. I think it had only been opened once. Everything's there. Yeah, can't really complain too much. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. Drop me a like below. Comment down below if you would like me to do some other comparisons in the reviews. And, you know, any feedback you've got, yeah, drop it down in the comment section below. Feel free to subscribe. There's going to be another video on the way soon. Just trying to decide which one I'm going to do next. I think I'm going to stay with the Studio Series 86 for now, and just do the figures that I've got in that subline. And then I'll probably move on to either Legacy or normal Studio Series, as you know, I've got a few different figures in that wave, in that line to review. Yeah, so thanks again, take care, and I'll see you on the next one.